ready to start? Huh? We've been recording. I honestly,
Action! Action.
that was action. That comf that you saw.
That was it.
Yeah,
You were talking about men and clubs.
that's
Oh
okay.
my
We can talk
goodness.
about men's and club.
Jeez.
It's the culture that we've decided to work in.
Culture of a millennials.
Welcome to the Side Sessions podcast. Honestly,
Bunch on your phone.
yeah, because that's where everything is. Like,
Oh! My bad,
my
bad.
content is on my phone. No, I'm joking. My content is in my mind.
Contextualize.
My content is in my mind. Welcome to the Side Sessions podcast. I didn't honestly want to do it. I love that you're doing that, by the way. It just makes me, it feeds into the current mode that I am in.
Yeah, I'm going to
And
stand up and hop on the couch.
and what will that do for you, my
It's been
friend?
lit.
Sibe lit,
For the
makube lit,
viewer.
lit. Ooh, Casper's Best has a song that said, "Kusiba lit, kusiba lit." Do you know that song?
I've heard people
It's about
sing the
lit.
song, but I don't know the song.
You know what? I'm gonna high five you for that. I'm gonna high five you for that. Please welcome to the show King Schwarz. He's co-hosting today. Mr. Vitamin Deep. You've seen him on a previous episode. People enjoyed the episode you were on, by the way.
Bengizikhuluma iqiniso nje.
Eh, wena? People really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
People really enjoyed that episode. So I was like to him, dude, I really just wanna podcast, just to talk and just, I guess, share and just share on music industry stuff and just like pod, because I feel like I haven't lost the essence of podcasting, guys. I haven't. But I just wanted to go back to the essence of podcasting, which is basically smack talk.
Culture.
Smack talk. So I don't know. I don't know. Don't expect smack talk here. Like I keep saying, umgosi. We only speak facts here.
Ngizoni exposure no.
Lwazi, how are you doing? Look, I call you Lwazi. Do people know you're Lwazi, by the way? Do you mind? Oh, you did
I
introduce
not?
yourself
Yeah, I
as
think I did.
Wa. How are you doing, King Schwarz, aka Lwazi, aka Mr. Vitamin Deep? How are you doing?
Recordings at the end. In Cape Town, they stole the name Vitamin Deep.
How do you know that you didn't steal it?
I'm on. What do you mean?
For real?
A business in 20 ban ngai trademark.
Oh.
Bona bahamba benza event laphana.
18.
Vitamin Deep. So the guy that hosts the events accidentally tags me.
No. You're joking.
Bruh, the things people do here. I never do. They're not. I don't know.
So you're saying someone hosted an event called Vitamin Deep in Cape Town?
Yeah.
That's like, why didn't you think of that?
What do you mean?
Have you done it?
Vitamin Deep recordings.
Yes.
Vitamin Deep publishing.
Yes. Now we can do an
Vitamin Deep
event.
expressions podcast. If I'm gonna do an event, yes, it's gonna be Vitamin Deep something.
That's cool.
Not just Vitamin Deep. What does that even mean? Do you know how to define it?
I understand it. The deep is the vitamins that you need.
All right.
They saw the vision. That's why they decided to steal your name and make an event out of it. But I understand. You've got a lot on your plate.
No, I don't frown upon it. I actually like the
That
idea.
they stole that?
Well, I don't think it's stealing, but I feel like there should be more research that should be done, before you do something. I mean, side sessions. Now there's a side sessions at Durban.
There is apparently...
But yeah, as soon as Sinesipho,
Uh-uh.
Simba, chips.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's multiple size sessions because it's a very, let's be honest, S is the most common letter to people's names. Now SI, that's very common, and sessions is even more commoner. So like I wouldn't be surprised. Funny enough, right after we started the podcast, someone else in another country had a show called Side Sessions. I don't know where it went now, where it went, but they were in another country. This girl I was working with at the time found it, and she was like, dude, do you realize that someone else has a show, and they're calling it Side Sessions? I was like, bro, I don't know. And at the time, we had already ran ours, and people were already watching the podcast. So I was like, I will see who grows faster.
For me, it's not a thing of Uguti. I have anything against the guy that is throwing that event in Cape Town.
Yeah, because
My biggest thing is, when you go on social media and you type or you create an account, I think it's also your responsibility to sort of like research if you're not sharing.
if there's sharing the
guy,
name, that's the easiest research you can
that's
get.
the first thing you do. The second thing you do, because I feel like in the music industry, we don't think structurally. We just think and we do. Like I produce a song namhlanje and I take it out. Akunazoma publishing, akunazoma nicks. I just vibes.
He's a publishing. Can I call you a publishing professional?
Publisher.
Or you publisher?
Full
Are you
blown.
not a publishing professional then?
Ngisebenzela company LOTv recordings publishing. They're also
But yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if for instance, right, this person had researched that and then inbox, but in fact, I want to do something like this. I wouldn't have a problem with it. More than anything, because it's an event, I would rather much better partner up with that person. You understand? Because the events, I run everything myself in the structure of my business. The events aspect of it, he would be handling that. And this was shyly around like Cape Town Sikrove song. He would also help us.
That's why he tagged you.
I did it by accident. Why does he have to do it by accident? He can talk to me directly or talk to the page directly, and then we'll see what we can do. Because the last thing we want is to go now and subsidy my lawyer for what, Whereas we live in the same country, different provinces.
Facts, actually.
And we can benefit from each other. Do you know what Vitamin D as a name, recordings in Joburg, what influence it has? And what it can do for them.
But maybe they were like, uzakwenza ntoni lo mntu, so let me just proceed with my plan.
Yeah, one. And then
Uzakwenza ntoni?
I mean, he could have been making tenfold what they're making. You understand? Through collaborations, there's many.
Oh, fact.
Yeah,
Okay.
So what I'm trying to promote is essentially ukuthi, don't think from a one-sided mind. Don't think, because for a positive thought, there's a negative thought. Asinandaba naye uzothini uzokwenzani.
Yeah, uzakwenzani.
But if you say, hey, mhlambe uzosincedisa uba, okay, when he drops his music, he can have parties.
Sure. So you're saying he limited himself.
Yeah.
Like he could have just like...
It's another form of self-sabotage, which not just for him, but in general, I feel like that's the common populace of music,
Interesting. As I wanted for us to do something. You actually mentioned, by the way, I should not do this because I'm thinking about conversations that we have. You said something about, what did you say about Soweto? What did you say about Soweto? Ifer.
It's too far.
Lozi, be honest. What did you say about Soweto?
It's too far.
What?
It's too far. Fair enough. Fair. Okay.
Why don't you like Soweto?
I didn't say I don't like Soweto.
What was the word? You see, don't let me paraphrase you.
I'm paraphrasing, but there's no evidence. Guys, this show, drop under the bus.
Not
don't listen
even.
To
I don't do that.
Where's the mic?
It's not interview. You're co-hosting.
Okay,
so
let me
do your best. Let's throw each other under the bus and see how we handle it. But let's minimize it. Not that you don't like Soweto, because I don't want Sowetans to come and attack all of us.
Yeah, township says shy.
So yeah, it's a big one. Township.
What I was speaking to.
What are you speaking to?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing essentially, like what I just said now. This is planet Earth, right? I know things that can benefit anyone who walks into my, sphere.
Yeah.
Right, my social sphere. Anyone.
Yeah.
And you've been DJing or you've been making music for 1 year. And this doesn't only speak to Soweto. A lot of townships, Free State, Machita Sekasiam, Tabong, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, Northern Cape, right? Why is it that a person that is of a different color. Ngifuna ukukhuluma
Which
ama-race.
a color?
Mangijuda, for example.
Yo, be careful. Ke
Mame- mame- mame-
bayakhazimisha ke
mame-
bona ke.
No man, siyeza lapho.
Okay.
Why is it that they can build something? What?
Together.
Yeah, and we mentioned them so many times on different podcasts every time.
That's
The
true.
what. If that word, yeah, is copywritten or something, enjalo ezobatholela imali, they probably the rich batali population yonke yabo. Every time uthi Juda nje bathola imali.
So let me say something. I remember long ago I once said, I enjoy working in house music because we are not competitive with each other. We are collaborative. I said that long ago. I like that response because I was comparing it to the hip hop guys.
Okay.
At the time, in comparison to the hip hop people, to the hip hop community, I was like, house music, we are more collaborative than we are competitive, and that's why we will stay winning in music in South Africa. You can disagree with that or not, and
No, I agree with everything that you say.
In comparison, but your reaction, I'm sure you're reacting to the now.
No.
But things are different. What was your reaction?
I believe in anything and everything, guys. Collaboration is everything, which is where I'm trying to get to. You understand?
And I was about to make that point. Is that
when
why?
I criticize because I feel like there's no proper understanding. If I'm in your life, I'm not here for milish or ngizokuthathela isinkwa. You know.
You
I know
specifically, but some people.
I'm a baker out too. Don't tell me about bread. You understand why? Ufuna wena. Maybe you can add a secret ingredient.
Yeah, some special yeast.
Or lapana ekasi. A lot of us as abantu baselokishini, it's not Soweto.
Yeah,
it's not
okay,
Welkom,
okay.
or it's not Cape Town, or any other hood. But a hood mentality lesinayo, US Kawata, because asibambisani ngezandla. You
Yeah.
understand? And this goes, it's what is affecting. That's why we have copyright lawsuits that are coming up. People are not sharing knowledge because when we're sitting in these spheres, you want to show off when I was ngcono, or you want to show me off. You understand? So that's what I was speaking to at that. We can do better.
Because I kind of felt like you were speaking from a point of being an insider, let me say, in the deep house community, for instance. Do you get me? Because
so it's not about deep house. It's about, in general, music industry. We are all in the music industry. You understand? Kukhulu. It's a big spectrum. Why are the people bagithi abasuke lokishini getting the underhand of it?
Let's actually, we went out this weekend. And sizabuyela kule. Went out this weekend. We and Kim Nake, I'm not cryptic with my words. If I want to say something, I want to say it. So anyway, we went out this weekend on Saturday. After a gig of mine, we went to Pine Slopes. So one thing about me, and I told you that day, that when I go outside of work, I go where I'm guaranteed I know I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
And we went and grabbed something to eat first at Salsa, and then next to Salsa is LSB. I love LSB. We went to LSB, had a great time at LSB. Had an amazing time. Majority white people. And you know what I realized whilst we were grooving, having the time of our life there? No one was on their phone.
Yeah, Sondel. Was Sondel.
No one was on their phone.
Yeah, I understand.
No phones inside. No phones inside. I was the only person who took out her phone just to take a video of the fun I'm having. White people are not doing that. And I was just like, are we missing out on something? By the way, y'all know, I enjoy partying with the white people.
I expose and
I enjoy partying with white people.
She then says, right? So there's what's next door, 86th Republic or something.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. 68 or 60. Yeah, esingabiza amagama la. Kutheni and kudlala next door. Dlala every genre.
Bekudlala every genre.
Boom, 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 boom.
Phi niyayazi la genre.
Nathi yaseDurban le.
Niyayazi la genre
Kudlala
thetha
lama-
ngayo.
And then, I've never thought ukuthi I'd see something like this.
What did you see?
Kwavele kwaba
Empty.
empty. Sihlezi la and kugcwala abantu abanjani?
Abamnyama.
Basuka phi?
Basukaphi?
Elokishini.
Elokishini.
Elokishini kuphi? Use south somewhere. You get what I'm saying? These notions that, for me, those people, they understand ukuthi grooving.
They know how to have fun. The whites know how to have fun.
Structurally, what I'm trying to get at, ngalento ukuthi mina kasi mentality angithandi. You think structurally. You don't just do things. You don't just think ngihambe ngiyobloma laphana uthi MS LSB.
LSB.
Angihambi nje so I can flex.
They don't
Show
do
off
that
my car.
because, for instance,
Show off my phone.
what's this tequila? This blue tequila.
Azul.
What's
I was shocked. Azul is a white people's
white
stuff.
people table.
Haibo.
And he's like, Haibo, white people drink Azul?
And no one has their phone.
No one has their phone.
Keep it Azul.
Eklabini,
So but
black people.
so hamba solanda abantu elokishini, let's say Randfontein. Asekhuluma lokisha yakho one la. Si Randfontein lokishini yakhona. Machitama Randfontein ngencane. Siyobalanda. Siba let.
What's that about? Like, you've hung out with a lot of whites and blacks.
I'm human.
Sure, but what's that? Like, what is it about? Like,
Namakula,
what have you
mapet,
seen?
Indian.
What's that about? Because I had a lot of fun. And you know, like I remember when I was shooting with the crook, I was like, hey, white people will give you a tequila shot and they love tequila. And so I was like, flip, we're having so much fun here. And it made me think about something that for real, going out is not as fun as it used to be.
Because you know what? We don't understand the concept of going out. We don't.
What do you mean? Like, what concept do you have to understand to just go out and have fun?
My question.
What do you have to understand? What's the physics of going out and having fun?
There's a lot of physics of going out. That's why you're on your phone.
It's the science.
You're on your phone, M19. How does that make sense?
I'm never on my phone.
No, not when.
No, I get you.
General
I'm trying to
consensus.
understand exactly. Guti, what is it about being on your phone? Well, I understand what it's about because like you're hoping to tag someone who has a lot of followers and then they can repost you so that you can get some of their followers. It's basically clout.
Oh yeah,
Let's be
that's
honest.
the word.
Let's be honest. It's clouty.
Booyah
But also you want to capture the moment.
Booyah again.
That too. But me personally, I cannot understand. I'm trying to understand. Maybe y'all can share with us. Like, what's up with being on your phone while you have fun? Because I don't do it. I never think about my phone.
Unama DJs adlala so.
I hate that. I hate watching that. I'm not gonna lie.
You understand?
Yeah.
We don't Western technology. Lama concept esukuwo ama Western technology. Masiyogida thina, there were no phones.
There were
But
no
we're
phones,
adopting too much Western culture. Yeah, when I we say adopt our Western culture, but we don't truly understand. So when you ask the part yoguti understanding and why I hang out with specific people, it's because it's a foreign concept. Tina sibiza ukugida. Mara ayifani. Kunama CDJ. Tina zange sibe nama CDJ.
What are you talking about, Lars?
Mame, like ngithi ngiphendule story la lethi ngiphushe lento engiyipushayo. It's a Western culture, dog. You needed a manual the first time you used this. You didn't just, you're not used to what a phone is. Asijwayelanga izinto. Iyazulu mayifika South Africa. I don't even know what it is, but trust me, if I had some sort of ignorant mind, ngizohamba ngithenga for social media ngizimali across. But because I want to fit in, you understand? Ngiyiphuze azul, ngidabwe, ngifeinte lapha eklabhini bangithatha ithombe. Why does that happen? Because I don't understand what I'm doing. I don't understand ukuthi iculture yalento isuka kuphi.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You sound like you're saying black people.
Wena beke kahle lento ufuna uyibeka.
I'm gonna beg. I always put things kahle mna. Like what are you saying? Like what are you saying exactly?
Senza nje.
Senza. What do you mean senza nje?
Hey madoda. Senza nje. Hey. iPhone 17. Awuthi yami nayo laphana izowina stock. Hlanganisa iPhone 14. Do you actually understand why you need an iPhone 14? Izokbenefita kanjani, izokusebenzela kanjani?
But you know what? This is actually all in the mind because like
that's what yabona.
It's all in the mind because, like, you understand what they say about rich people don't buy luxury brands that often.
Yes, uzakahle
Rich.
wena manje.
They don't buy them that often. Mob is like, they don't buy. Rich people don't, and a lot of rich people feel it to be a waste of money. In fact, especially rich people, and a lot of luxury brands are targeting the poor man. We are their target market, the middle class. That's where they get most of their money from.
Can I say something quickly? Oh, sorry, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it back
I
home.
was a little bit triggered there.
Aye,
The yes, a lot of rich people don't buy into your typical
Consumer
luxury
culture.
brands,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Your typical consumer luxury brands. However, they do. There's currently a trend that some people talk about. They call it stealth wealth, where your upper middle class and above people are wearing ridiculously expensive things, but they look low key.
Of
They
course.
don't have a bunch of labels and brands on them. The example that's usually given is that Mark Zuckerberg literally wears the same things on a daily basis: t-shirts, jeans, and and his sneakers. But those simple t-shirts that he wears apparently cost $400, which at the current exchange rate means each one of his very basic t-shirts is costing 7,500
8,000
rand,
rand.
right, for one t-shirt. So it's not that they aren't, but they're not getting into your the flashy ones, the ones that we all jump up and down. Yeah, they're not getting.
I
into
agree.
that
I
yet.
mean, look, but also that could also be a cheap T-shirt. It could also just be a cheap
to
T-shirt.
him.
No, I mean, yeah, to him, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that the fact that it could be sometimes that it's just a cheap T-shirt and you just don't know it as well. And it could be a cheap pair of jeans and you just don't know it. And he doesn't give a damn.
That's the thing.
He
But
he
when
doesn't give a damn.
you give a damn because grocery ayikho. Une-onion fridge.
So bring it. I'm trying to bring it back
Yeah,
to consumer culture in
Exactly.
the club space
Yes.
with black people versus white
Sure.
people.
We've got it. Mob contributed very well to it. Consumer culture.
But yeah, is it that what? Is it that white people have money to consume without?
Mamel. I have a friend with a bank. Taba. He buys into a specific. A majority of my friends, they buy things. Nabelung, they buy things because of I enjoy it, how it feels on my
Yeah,
palate.
that's good. Yeah.
I
do
don't
that.
buy it from pressure or because ngibona abantu bethenga.
My boy, because did you see that guy on social media? Literally, he went viral. He spent money on bottles in the club. And then there's a video of him crying in his car because he didn't get the girl that he thought he was targeting. And this man is crying ugly tears.
You know?
And I'm like, yo, you did it to yourself, my boy.
Now think of it this way: it trickles down. It's not only him who's harmed. Maybe he has kids. Maybe he has a household.
Exactly. Maybe he has kids. Guys,
Forget
hey, do
Bimbile.
better with your money, money. Do better with your money, man.
Culture, back to culture of thinking, the culture of doing things with a purpose and a knowledge which why we went this into stop copying, because it affects the community. The reason why I mention amalog issue specifically, lo baba lo uqeda ukukhuluma ngaye ngithi simthatha ithombe social media mlaga kusasa ingane yakhe iyokhuthuza umuntu.
Yeah, you're taking it far, my boy.
No, it trickles down.
You're reaching.
No, I'm not. It trickles down. The trickle down effect of the things that we do.
You're reaching.
You're saying you're bored of club culture. Where do you think the first instance of you being bored, or what caused it?
I was going to tell you exactly why I'm bored.
Why are you bored?
Because the music is bad.
Why is the music bad?
Because the DJs are not good.
Why are the DJs not good?
Because everyone is trying to do the same thing.
Copying on it.
Yeah, everyone is doing the same thing.
Copying.
That's where I was gonna go with this. I had fun with partying with white people a lot of the time. That's not because the DJ is great, but that's because the music is different, and they have fun. And I'm a person who also has fun. Like I have fun. So I enjoy partying with people who have fun and don't care about like how they look or whether the bottle that they're buying is literally a lot of money. But I mean, I clap for clubs. That's where they make their money. You know, good on you, great. That's beautiful. But as a DJ, unfortunately, going out is so boring for me. It's so boring
Because the music is bad.
because the music is not good.
'Cause the
Well,
DJs are
I
not
don't enjoy the music.
Yabona uDJ omunye uke wabuza something wathi wabuza enye DJ wathi why are you a DJ? Exactly azange khona ukuphendula. Couldn't answer. But the DJ has got prime residency, but he can't answer with why a DJ. And then we spent a lot of time with the boy, and then he said when he got into this, he did it for girls. Yabona
Yeah, that's a reason.
Because of
I'm not saying it's a great reason. I'm not saying it's a bad reason, but that's a reason.
my main reason yakhe because befuna ukuchama bocherry and unabo bocherry baningi yabona. That's why nje manje sekenza nje because he's used to it. You go out of your own house to go enjoy music, right? And then someone says that ukuthi nje ahambe ngenzela bocherry nje angenzeli anything else. We've got a lot of people that are doing things. Again, I'm going to bring it back for a reason abangayazi. Like I'm just doing things haphazardly. I don't have a plan. The music, like my establishments are suffering because of DJs. Have you noticed? And I'm not saying DJs are bad, but
What's wrong with saying DJs are bad?
majority of
You're
DJs,
a DJ, I'm a DJ.
a
So
majority of
we
DJs
sitting in that context of DJs are bad, but yeah.
A majority of DJs literally come from what I just said. Which benza izinto nje for the sake of doing things. They not even DJs, people in general. Again, I'm gonna go back to that because if I'm gonna play music, I'm gonna buy it, and I know why I'm buying this particular music. You know, to entertain or to send through a message because I'm passionate about it. When you do something without passion and you're doing it for clout, you don't win. No one wins. No.
I think the internet and a bunch of social media famous entertainers can say different, depending on what your definition of winning is.
Mculo, hey.
What is the
winning is you going to the club and enjoying the music that's being played
to
there.
you and me?
You're the consumer.
I'm talking about, aren't we talking about the performer, so which means the DJ and otherwise the performer? We have a different definition of winning. So to them, winning might be getting that level of clout and becoming so social media famous.
We protagonist. Yaba entertainer. Uthi udlala so.
I enjoy
Udlala
it.
so.
I can think-
Udlala so.
What do you-
Xa uphendula uyangapha.
You don't ask me anything specific.
Ngiyakubona.
If you ask me something
Uthi kum-
specific,
uthi
I'm going to
kum-
give you my
uthi
opinion.
kum, You don't like going to the club or you don't enjoy going to the club anymore.
I don't enjoy going to the club anymore.
Because my DJs, you said
Yes,
my
because
DJs.
the music isn't good.
Yeah, there's
I
a
blame
reason
a bunch
the
of
music,
people for that.
Yeah, there's a reason, exactly. But now, ngibrekela on that ukuthi, the smallest thing that you're not thinking of is the reason guso.
What is the smallest
lack
thing?
Lack of understanding why I'm doing the things I'm doing. Lack of understanding ukuthi
That's deep, you're right.
Yeah, how it
if you have an
impacts.
understanding of what you're doing, you're right. As a
And ulimaza
DJ,
abantu, you're hurting the whole ecosystem, you're hurting the whole
that's
industry.
actually okay. I fold on that.
Yeah, but
That's fact.
So say value establishment, man.
We say good.
Yeah. say value establishment because
Do you enjoy going out?
yeah, well,
Where do you enjoy going out?
lapho bengiyakhona Sunday,
Kuphi lapho?
my suburbs.
Kamaphi ama-suburbs? Manitsi
Okay, I
ama-suburbs.
enjoy going out mostly in the north because there's a wide variety of genres, as you said.
Which part of the north?
From
I grew up-
okay, let me be honest. From Melville, ukuya phezulu.
Yeah, that's a
'cause,
fun place
yeah,
to groove.
uqale Melville ukuya to northern side, Randburg.
Yeah.
Not Randburg these days inside town, but kunendawo abo Craig almost they fall under the
Okay.
same jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Abo Green, Jolly Rogers. There's many
Yeah.
places, you know. There's more. Okay, ifoni yami angiyazi mangidala. Ngiyazi only when I need to do something or yabona ngishaye transaction. So I think, yeah, I've fallen in love with the culture of partying. And back in my days, when I started DJing, bekunjalo, even everywhere. Whether uselokishini, there would be different genres. They would.
I was about to say,
yeah, we didn't
Nam,
bottleneck
because
ourselves.
I miss niche events, and I think on the last episode with Crook, he also said the same thing. I miss that. I miss niche events. You really go. I miss it. I miss Trap Tuesdays, for instance. I miss that. I miss it. I miss Baseline Thursdays at Baseline.
Dog.
Miss
Yabo.
that. Like I've also how the culture at House 22. Does House 22 even still exist, guys?
Questions.
Actually,
It does exist, but you can find DJs and it hours.
I'm so, like, and the funny thing is this: like when I moved to Joburg, I was so excited on somehow finally experience the culture I've been talking about on local radio in the Eastern Cape. I experienced it for a little bit.
You're very fortunate. There's
I'm
someone
not
out
fortunate.
there. You are. There's someone out there who's never gonna see it.
Yeah, that's fact. I moved here thinking, oh my goodness, in 2016, oh my goodness, I get to experience this culture I've been talking about, reading about,
All
you know,
this time.
all this time. And figure out, experienced it for a little bit.
Yes.
Then there was a time where everything died.
Yeah. Yabon. When uzakahle man izama sis.
Diavi,
Uzapha kum.
Diavi.
The smallest thing impact into ezininzi.
I agree. I won't lie to you because I'm going to tell you, I was in Soweto. I was in Soweto. I ended up in Soweto with a couple of friends. I was like, I'm going to Soweto. I'm going to have the time of my life.
Ngiyakhumbula ungitshela.
Ngafika, I don't remember where we went. Ngafika, park, it's packed. I'm excited. Kudlala la genre le. Niyayiqonda la genre.
Andimandi.
Asitha imnandanga, it's fine. Asitha imandi badlala yona. Dlala la genre. Fine. I was like, okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm feeling festive. Yeah, it's like it's fine. I'll chill. Looking forward to something different for the next set. Get no DJ. I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot. I'm there now for the third set. More. I was like, there's no way. And the funny thing now, where are we? It was 1 a.m. prime time slot. It's not even a good. It wasn't. And I hate being a DJ when I go out. I hate it.
Yeah, you hear other things.
You hear things that you yeah. And I'm like, how does this person have a prime time slot? And then I start to realize that because there's so many people playing with they probably booked him for peanuts to play a prime time slot.
Or
People started walking out, my boy.
not even peanuts.
Paying him yes.
Yeah, Ibon.
People start, which by the way, funny enough, also on Twitter, there was this booking thing that was released. I remember sometime this year, this thing whereby someone lists the DJs that they booked and their rates and their requirements. And there were a lot of DJs about if they want to get booked for, let me say, $1,000 and a 6-pack. And then there was another DJ, Ati, they want to get booked for a 6-pack. I think I saw Citizen Deep's tweet, Ati, this is why local DJs hate us.
But local, mighty local DJs routine.
Uti DJs of where he perhaps is a guest DJ of that event, because there was a person who was booked there at the top. I forgot who the artist was, and they were asking for 65K, and you could see the hospitality rider. It was like a list that was leaked of the entertainers, and then you see at the bottom, then there are DJs who get booked. Ati omye, just pay me 200 rands for petrol. Ati omye, I just want a 6-pack. Yes, Savannah.
Yeah, I understand. What is that? What do we classify that as? 300.
I don't know. That makes no sense to me.
For me, I would say it's greed.
Is it greed?
You're killing our culture. There's artists that abayenza imali ngalento. They live on
because you
things.
Should be making money out of this thing. I, for one, I'm DJing and music is my 9 to 5. It's my bread and butter. I don't.
300. Uzothenga umculo ngani?
Uzothenga umculo 300, guys.
Uzothenga umculo ngani? 300. Uhafu 300. And the culture can exist so elokishini. It's not about a specific location, but mentality yethu sifuna ukwenza izinto for a why. 300.
300. Yo, it's 6-pack. Yeah.
Laba bantu buzama uba impress awukhona nokubanike i1. Or uzofika uthi machita 1111 and then that's it.
And I'm not saying 6-pack DJs or 300 DJs are bad DJs. I'm not saying that. We're not saying that.
They're out of jobs because of those people, eh? I take offense to it.
You take offense to
Yeah,
people who are.
you know what?
Yeah, because honestly, in a way, you are killing the value
Yeah, you
system in the
are.
value chain.
You know, this thing happened in the West End, being Sasale West End that time. Yeah? The owner said no more DJs, wafaki jukebox. The jukebox makes more money than the DJ, dude.
Mob, do you hear that? The
Yo,
jukebox makes more
ngiyazama.
money than the DJs. Remember why I told you I don't enjoy putting my mixes online? Because some venue's not gonna book you and they'll go and play your mix online and people are gonna be entertained. This is why I hate putting mixes online.
Yeah, but
There's no but, Mob.
there is a
There
but.
is a bad.
What's
There
the
is a
but?
but. Right.
Let's privatize our mixes.
In
Let's
a-
make them for sale.
In what you call
Well,
this,
I do
I'm
sell
glad
mixes,
the
by
fact
the way.
that we're now using terms like privatize.
Oh.
Because I was
yes.
I was about to enter my chat from an economist's point of view, right? In the market, right? Fortunately or unfortunately, the price of value of something rises or falls based on where the consensus is, right? Now, if consensus in the market is towards DJs getting themselves known by putting their mixes online, you disadvantage yourself by privatizing your mixes.
do.
Right?
I don't.
Because for every mix that you are, that you are saying it's private and I don't want people to, get this for free, they must book me. There's probably 10 to 20 other people. Exactly the
And
same.
that's fine. Go to the 10 or 20 people then.
Exactly the same as, exactly the same as the example that you gave just now about the rider, where someone wants 65,000, but whereas someone is just like, give me 200 rand and a six-pack, right?
Triggered.
The market will go towards give me 200 rand as a six-pack, as long as the talent and the
as long as they can get the
ability to
job
mix
done.
is adequate, right? Remember, as long as it's adequate, not exceptional, not anything
Oh,
like
this
that.
term adequate.
It's-
That triggers me.
Yeah, it's adequate.
Wait,
and
into
the
an
reason
adequate
why
kind.
It's like
and
it
the
has
reason
synonyms for
I'm
adequate.
bringing that one up is simply to say there is a. You won't like me for saying this, but you can only make certain moves or certain leverage when you have a certain power in the market.
I mean, I agree
Right.
to that. Yeah.
Now, whether you're using follower counts, whether you're using money count, some people have greater clout than others in the market.
yeah.
Right? If Black Coffee decides today, right, let's go to the extreme end of the market, right? On the one end of the market, we've got the guy who's willing to do 200 rand for petrol and six-pack just to get, things going. On the other side of the market, in South Africa, you've got Black Coffee, right? Black Coffee has has built his place in the market such that if Black Coffee today says, I've got a fire mix and I'm putting it behind a paywall, people will go and access that thing on a paywall, right? Chances are he will find a decent number of people, right, that will go out and access that mix behind a paywall. If a DJ, if a Black Coffee mix is typically getting 20 million spins across Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify, whatever all of those channels are, paying people, it might be a small fraction of that. Let's call it 5 to 10%, right? But even at 5 to 10% of 20 million, right? That's still, more than a million people that are there to access that thing, and he makes his money back. He's okay with that, right? He's okay with making that bet because his numbers are just so big. If someone who's more in the middle or on the lower end of the market decides I'm going to privatize, right? If your average listens are sitting at 1 to 10,000, right? And then the same proportion of people, 5 to 10%, decide that they're going to go and buy your mix. If you put it behind the paywall, you've privatized it. You're not really making any money.
Yeah.
Because
You're
your
making
scale
kani,
is... you know, the market power is different, right?
I'm saying, I mean, look, Mob, don't think that I haven't thought about that. I have. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying, that in as much as there's different markets, there's also different markets in terms of where you are providing said music to. I'm not saying that let me not put all, like, let me put all my mixes, put a paywall on all my mixes. You can get a taste. You can get a taste. But just know that I stand on the side where I believe that mixes, that's my time, that's my effort, that's my money. Let me privatize and make a buck out of it, by the way. Of which, speaking from, if you have the demand, if there is the demand, for instance, you can afford to do it if there isn't. But if you don't have the demand, and I think that's where we meet in our opinions. If there's the demand, then you can afford to do it. But if there's no demand, no, go crazy, go crazy. And I can say this simply because I've been requested to do pre-mixes for money before. Like, literally, someone says, I enjoyed this playlist. Can you put together a mix for me, a soulful house music mix, and how much do you charge for it? Do you get me? Because there's a demand for that.
To add on to what you guys are saying, I'm a very big believer, as I said earlier, with structure and thinking and knowing why you're doing the things that you're doing. I like how Mob mentioned Black Coffee. You know, Black Coffee, if he drops that mix, even when he started out, he didn't just do them for mediocrity's sake. He did them with his music playing for the people. You know?
Yes.
And we would play those mixes. And even if a club plays that mix, a club pays some, you understand? Everything, from an economist perspective, he's right. I mean, you need to do things for a reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We're all saying the exact same. You guys just have a problem with me saying let's privatize our mixes.
No, listen, there's nothing wrong with advertising the mixes. I guess.
Guys, you know how long it takes to make a mix?
5 minutes.
There's no way when you make an hour mix. The math is not mathing. Which one?
Anyone.
Specify a door right now. I know, specify a door right now.
Ableton, you can make a mix.
In 5 minutes. There's no way.
Sure.
Ableton, your track placing. You need to track place.
And then
you
what
need to
happens?
beat sync. You need to also move. You need to literally track place.
But it's
Track
not an
placement takes
hour.
forever.
For when, but
Not for-
frequently.
I'm telling, not for me. What do you mean? I use track placement softwares to make my mixes for radio, and it does not take me 5 minutes, sir.
No, 5 minutes.
It doesn't. And the Ultimix DJ ke mna ke.
No, 5
So
minutes.
angenzi be one song after the other.
No, 5 minutes.
Okay. Ableton.
Yeah.
Interesting, you must show
I'm
me.
never going to, look down on the work that people put into their creativity, right? But one of the things that, as someone who plays in the creative economy, I can appreciate, this podcast that people are watching right now is going to take me 6 to 8 hours to edit. But just because it takes 6 to 8 hours to edit does not entitle me to expect people to watch and value that content. It's a harsh reality. It's unfortunate, but that is the reality. I make peace with that fact. So you often hear creatives making that argument, and I completely understand the time, effort, it must be compensated for. But if you have a market,
If there's a market,
if you have a market,
You've got
where
leverage.
your biggest players, and right now the easiest one is balcony mixes with Major League. Just to
Smart.
use it as an example. If the market sees that person, that group, putting their mixes out there for free, right? Then they are not going to make that logical thing of, guys, perhaps I should be paying for mixes because
of course they're not.
time,
But remember,
right?
book them and see how much they ask.
No, of course.
In general, I'm just making a
of
point.
course.
I'm counteracting a
Of course.
point.
But
It pays for those views.
I like what you said. I'm counteracting.
Of course, because what it comes back down to is, what is the reason why you're putting those mixes out?
Yeah.
They're doing it because they know that it's gonna build traction for
Of
them.
course, that's how you put content out. Well, I put content out for the sake of creating leverage. Me personally, one of the reasons, for the sake of creating leverage, that when you go and I say, hey, look, I am this kind of person and I charge this amount of money, then you're like, oh no, it makes a lot of sense. That's why she charges what she charges. Do you get me? And then I don't care if perhaps, well, not that I don't care, I'm not entitled to whether my content makes money or not. I'm not. But if you are going to be entitled to my mixes, best believe I want you to pay for it. And I also say that, fine, my point was stemming from the original point. Yokba, venues are going to jukebox you and not book you but play your mixes in their establishments, which sucks. And I think we should really have a conversation to venues about that.
It's important that we identify this as one of the conversations we were talking
Because,
about.
why do they do that? Why do the establishments... No, why do you do that? Why do you do that?
Because you guys fight over things.
Who's you guys, my boy?
DJs, who DJ? You just said now you don't go to the club because of about DJ. About DJ,
You're stuck to that, ne?
But it's Sikuluma, we're talking about Stotu.
I'm not ashamed.
Okay,
I'm not ashamed of what I said.
I'm just gonna throw this out.
Throw it out.
I'm not an expert in any way, but I've spent a lot of time studying this stuff. In a club, in a bar setting, there are a number of entertainment areas that are being offered, right?
Yeah.
You've got
calm down.
you've got the live in person. I'm sitting with my mates, and we're just having a good time entertainment. That's one level. Then you've got a passive type of entertainment, which is usually your TV screens around a venue, and then above that, you've got performances, DJs, that type of thing, right? On this second level is not experiencing the fight that the third level is experiencing. And perhaps those are the types of discussions that need to be had in the fraternities. Because if you go to a bar, right, and you want to watch soccer, your gatekeeper is SuperSport. SuperSport ain't giving anybody anything for free. They figured out their way, their mechanics.
Yeah.
You can go to any bar right now, and as long as there's a rugby match like last night, you best believe that they all have their screens, turned in one way or another there. And you best believe that SuperSport is getting their money as the broadcast partner in one way or another.
Yeah.
Right? So I think somewhere that conversation needs to be had of how do you protect this thing.
It's not even about protecting, and maybe we can reach a point here, but one of the points we're making, I guess, is that market is important. Just having a market, first of all, based on the point that I was making, and I'm just throwing stuff out there. But for instance, if you go, I have a residency at a venue in Emperor's Palace called Rain. Relaxed venue, 5-star restaurant, chilled. They never had DJs before. They did, for some reason, they decided we want to tap into something more. So let's book DJs. So now I have a residency there. And when I leave, they tell me that their volume goes down. And that's where some venues haven't, looked into looked beyond the market that they're trying to reach. So now, what I'm saying is, there's, like you said, there's different placements of entertainment in a venue. But if a venue like a 5-star restaurant sees the value in booking a DJ to provide certain music, certain vibe, and sees that and doesn't decide, let me take a mix from out of nowhere that's random and not curated to what I'm trying to the current vibe, because it's what a DJ provides. It provides a curated vibe for the venue, for right now, for the time. As, by the way, a professional DJ, I'm very much aware of that. So for the time, and that's why they booked me to provide that specific curation, instead of going and finding a random mix of mine online and killing the establishment even more. Because best believe, if you go online, you'll only find Afro. You will find Peke or from me. But I play soulful and I play deep electronic, then they love it. So They decided, let's book this girl, have her as a resident so we can have value for our money, curated experience, get the volumes up, pay her what she pay her and move on with our lives.
300 in a six pack.
I don't know, I accepted 306 pack. That's all you should know.
I am enjoying that example so much.
Tell me why.
And I'm enjoying it for this reason. One of the things that myself and my partner Godfrey came to realize a long time ago is the fact that, and I think even Vusi Tembekwaya mentioned this the other day, that a lot of the time, if you're in the pursuit of business and making a living and being sustainable, most of the time it's the boring activities
Yes.
that will make you the
most money.
right?
Fact.
If you read a book by Thomas J. Stanley called The Millionaire Next Door, in the United States, the biggest source of millionaires is the dry cleaning
Yeah,
business.
dry cleaning. So
Right? Because people will always have clothes and will always need their clothes to get clean. It is a boring business. Unfortunately, and I think depending on what community you look at, there's different communities that do business. One of the things that you'll find is that a lot of different communities are making money, huge amounts of money, but they look unsuspecting because we look down on what they do. Think of your artisans, your plumbers, that type of thing. Those guys make a lot of money as long as you are showing up and people know that you are reliable. You're always getting work because there's leaks and what that happen all the time. Electricians, the same, that type of thing. Boring work makes a lot of money.
It does.
and
And
then
unfortunately, I think in the entertainment space,
it's not boring. It's 300.
everyone
Welcome
is, everyone is chasing
What the big
stage,
yes.
the big stages, and there's nothing wrong
There's
with
nothing
chasing
wrong
the
with
big
that.
stages. It's just that it's a crowded market.
It's crowded, yeah.
Some
Tubbs
of the
said
peop-
that. It's
yeah.
like we're sharing a market on the last episode, and that's the tricky part about being in the industry. She was right.
And one of the things that I've come to appreciate hanging around in a lot of corporate circles is that certain people, you never hear about this person on social media, right? But whenever you go to a corporate event, this is the person who's behind the decks. And you best believe that corporate is not a promoter fight. That
Nope.
promoter fight that you have at the club,
It's
please
not-
give
keep
my
pay
money,
me.
what. No.
You
They
got
just
paid
said-
in advance for that, best
They
believe
just
it.
said, how much do you want?
Ah.
They dictated the price and they
Yeah.
got their money, right? It's not about so there's no fame there.
There's no
It's not
fame
gonna be
there.
on social media.
I wanna-
It's not. Yeah,
I really
but
like-
that
I really
person
like-
is probably making good living compared to someone who's well known.
Who's well
in
known.
the club circles.
Yeah.
It's
Which
just,
is
I wish
tricky, by
I-
the way, because I always sometimes think, because I always say I've never chased fame in my career. I've just chased respecting the people, respecting the music, and that's what I've chased. Being influential as a music commentator and as a DJ in dance music, and being respected for my work. I was thinking the other day, would I be able to do such work as such relaxed venues like Rain if I was famous? Do you get me? I'm like, if you're famous, are you able to do that kind of work? Like, are you? That I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. And imagine your fame dies down. Pray to God that you made enough money in your fame years so that you don't look like a lame working a venue that's so relaxed.
Goes back to thinking why you're doing things.
Why you're doing things there. Ah, my goodness.
Tandem nala point.
To why the whyness of
The
things.
whiness. Why did you
You know what,
start
DJ? Apparently, DJ Maporisa once was clear. Guti yena, this thing he's doing it. He's doing it for the babies, and I love that. He was clear, doing it for the babies. This thing, I'm doing it, and I'm paraphrasing, by the way. Guys, I'm doing it for the fame of it, which is great that he's talented because there's no wave DJ Maporisa hasn't ridden and succeeded.
You know. So yeah, it plays a big role, man. Ubane structure in your head of vision. That word vision of what you ultimately want to achieve.
But the people that are doing it for the babies and the clouds, they're doing better than us in the eyes of the people.
Because they have, okay, Okay, continue.
That's my point.
Ogotini?
The people that are doing it for the clout and the babies are doing better than us, who are doing it for the people who are doing it for. I actually wanted to tweet the other day that those gigs where where you're coming for the music and you want to be attentive and have good music, I'm available for those. Book me for those. Okay. I'm not available for the clout gigs. I'm not available for the clout gigs. You know how nice it is to play for people who are enjoying the music. Yeah, it's so nice to play for those people. I'm available for those gigs. Book me if your show is about the music. I'm available for that booking.
The music.
I'm available for that booking. Mara, if it's just for the groove, it's fine.
What if it's for both?
I mean, look, I'm a good groove DJ. I'm not gonna lie, but that's my point. I'm a good groove DJ.
Yeah, also patal. Either way, you're patal. So
but that mentality is the one
what
that's
if I'm
making
a groove DJ and I'm watching this and I wanted to book you for the babies?
You can. That's the thing about me. I'm gonna do great for the babies.
You know,
I'm
you're
gonna
a
do great
DJ
for the
in essence.
for the baby. Yeah, I'm gonna do great for the babies. But
yeah.
I'm gonna. And funny enough, the bookings that I get in commercial venues is because I do great for them. Like I entertain without playing something that's commonly known.
You know,
Or that genre, our genre.
and like I liked what Mob said about the economic aspect of doing like other countries doing boring jobs.
Yeah, there's so many DJs and not enough electricians.
Yeah.
You know we need electricians and plumbers.
Hey, when I was about to say, oh, cheers, we chose so.
That's all we need, electricians, guys. Guys, we need electricians. We need plumbers.
So when
DJZ.
in your life, upilali 6-pack in 300, a billionaire.
Imagine you can be a billionaire being an electrician, but you choose DJing.
You know, in the hood, there used to be, where I'm from, there used to be a guy that used to have a white vehicle that used to collect laundry and go wash it. And saibon londo wayo. I don't see that anymore. Like the basic stuff, man. Like we want to do all the same thing. We want to trend. We want to.
Like, why are there so many DJ schools? Like, I need to understand this.
And not enough schools to teach about things like publishing, things about
For real, like
about structuring a show like this. That's not my professional.
they haven't
Boring things
make money.
Siapora.
They haven't. And
Yeah.
my boy, I'm asking myself, why are there so many DJ schools? Those DJ schools, by the way, they're not for you. They are for the person that's hosting the schools. It's for them to make money. It's not for you.
Namanga sprint certificate.
Now I'm thinking, I'll ding the certificate. Kaloku.
Yeah.
So I asked myself, why are there so many DJs? Are there that many people trying to be DJs, guys? Come on.
Yeah, people are trying because
Why?
I don't know.
Why do they want to do this?
Because it's they want to be like Black Coffee or like you or like me or like they want to. So that's why I'm encouraging that thing. Would you think about your life and what you're trying to do? So if you are famous, guys.
Oh, I am the grand. Yo, I am the grand.
And
the
other parts of.
I was about to say the unfortunate piece is that in the market, famous people do well and they've been treated very
That's
well.
the thing. It's the treatment.
Yeah, so
It's the
everyone-
5-star treatment that everybody
everyone
wants.
to, yeah.
The people working with the famous people, no one mentions those people. I believe they make the most money.
Of course they do.
If
Someone.
I'm an accountant for you and lapha ibiza.
Yeah.
Uzokutexa.
You know what, guys? I'm actually gonna take my own advice and become an electrician.
Uthatha isikhathi
Or a plumber.
uzofana ne-Eskom because wena uthe mawenza mix nge-Ableton it doesn't take 5 minutes. Ufuna abantu aba fast.
Guys, or an internet service provider.
ISP vibes.
I'm just like,
You
I should just, and I'm great with my hands.
Or ulungisa ama-CDJ because bayawaphula every.
Or ngilungisa ama-CDJ, because apparently it's a lot to service those things. But that's a niche market. I'm not trying to go niche. I'm trying to go into a service that everybody requires.
I think it's niche now, but it's going to become.
It's still niche no matter what. As opposed to being an electrician.
I need to look some small
A
correct.
painter.
I was about to say, I think you may have misunderstood.
I'm not.
where I was going with the
I'm not. I'm just.
the
Yeah,
electrician's chat.
I'm just being.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kinda, yeah.
I'm being somehow.
Yeah, so
Because my chat, so
Stupid.
that I'm clear, how do you become like an electrician in the entertainment industry? There are people that are just hanging out in the entertainment
Yeah.
industry. You sometimes don't even know who they are, what
Yes,
they do.
yes.
But they're always there.
But they're always there, and they have money also.
Yes.
I'm working towards that.
Same.
I'm that guy.
Same. I'm working towards that.
Dijayan.
Dijayan, guys, it's fine. Dijayan.
Maybe I'm mix one, but just for the craving.
Dijayan, guys. Dijayan.
Because it's an ecosystem,
Yeah, it
and
is.
it's an unbalanced ecosystem. 80% of the weight is about DJ. I'm a producer, I'm a DJ now. Oh, well, I'm a composer, so we're DJ now. But the theoretical side of it, the admin, all that stuff, no one takes care of that. That's why we have so many rip-offs.
Yeah.
People's songs being stolen, this and that,
And-
not knowing how to monetize a mix.
I also think there's a level of lack of knowing who you are, and maybe this might offend some people. I'm sorry, but I want to say it. There's a level of lack of creativity, lack of knowing who you are, if you just want to be in front of people and be famous and just be a DJ. There's a lack of intelligence also. Not that I'm a DJ, I'm not, come on, but I'm more than a DJ, but I'm not defending myself. But if you just think I just want to be famous and that's what's going to get me money, there's a level of lack of creativity, lack of intelligence that comes with that, I believe.
No, I'm an advocate for what you're saying. I think we should focus on teaching the youth that, if we can, little of those individuals that want to learn in those communities, teach them the proper value of maximizing their peer being a DJ.
For real, because like, do you know the sound guys that offer, for instance, their services to production, to big scale productions? Those guys make a lot of money. Like, I've seen the invoices. And you're the sound guy, you're the sound tech, you're the tech
sound
guy that just
tech,
sits and EQs the audio of a panel conversation also.
That guy, when they imagine that they see a studio, just by being there, as allowed to help us record or to listen to the music, to cue the music alone, he made a lot of money. Lighting.
I don't know why everyone wants to be a DJ. It's not nice there, guys. Let's
People want fame.
People want fame, and it's the easiest thing, because if you don't have talent, you can teach someone how to be a DJ, and because it's like 60% skill. DJing is 60% skill, 40% talent. You can always teach someone how to do it. So if you're not talented and you're not creative, I guess DJing is the next best thing that you think, let me do it.
I agree with
because
you.
if you can't sing, for instance, you can't write music. You can't use your,
or your model.
Aye.
So it can be anything. Maybe it boosts your confidence.
Or you can't make music, but you want to be in music. So how do you want to do that? And the funny thing is also, like, this one, and the house music community, there's so much lack of creative, because once you ask someone you want to learn how to, and maybe I don't know. I really raise my opinion, but today I feel like raising my opinion on everything, because most of the time my guests, I'm looking for their opinion, but not really. I do raise my opinion all the time.
Today,
but you haven't interviewed me once. Interview questions. I'm waiting for the interview questions.
Oh.
What was I saying? I forgot now. Oh my goodness, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yes. So when someone comes to you, and a lot of the time, these are the DJing schools, when some of the time is when someone comes and they're like, you want to be a DJ, what genre are they going to teach you? House, because to them house is easy to teach. That's why you have a lot of house music DJs for some reason. There's no die. I'm DJ school now, because I really think that there shouldn't be this many DJing schools.
Can I add to what you're saying?
Yeah.
I believe, yes, let's make it a DJing school, but let's also make it a multifaceted school.
A music school.
Yeah, man. Let's, Soul Candy did it. Even these individuals that are teaching, call us, guys. We're available to come share knowledge about
Yeah, I'm gonna share knowledge, guys. Don't
share
call me
knowledge.
to come teach you how to DJ.
No,
I'm not gonna
I
do it.
don't want to do that. But I'll teach you how to utilize that. You know, we're going into an era where music is going to start making money by itself because you're playing,
Music is making money. You know this. There's money
it's-
in music.
Yeah, it's going to become even more now. There's technologies that are coming out that are just going to track our songs for us. Mawidlala. So, on that opinion, Yama Mix, I'm also not opposed anymore because it's
Because AI can make my mix.
AI for this will take 2 minutes.
Yeah, AI can make my mix, and AI can take less than 2 minutes.
Now,
AI can make my mix.
It's over everywhere. It will be in the clubs listening to who's playing our songs.
Yeah,
so that we
AI
get
can
paid.
make my mix, but AI can't do what I do live.
What's your
unfortunately.
take on Uguti? AI is going to take over the DJing world?
No, not the DJing world.
Yeah?
Not the DJing world.
Mob.
The performance, the performance part of live, the creative performance. It's unfortunately it cannot.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it can.
watched-
So people who have jobs, people who I'm scared for are graphic designers.
It's too late for this.
Yeah, I'm scared for graphic designers. And I also think that for people who use a lot of software to edit some of their stuff, that also people who are software based also, like I'm just scared for them because you can tell AI to do it for
Yeah,
you.
DJing
and
is
then
software.
you see, but that's the thing. But the thing is, remember, DJing has a live element to it. We read the crowd to provide the vibe. A computer won't be able to do that, unfortunately. They'll just be able to do what you tell it to do, but it won't be able to read the crowd and playlist accordingly.
Did you see the video? The corner video in Bonilla about like these shows, like big festivals, the ones from overseas. Oh, Dead Mouse was saying this. I'm not paraphrasing, or but I'm paraphrasing.
You can paraphrase because you can't direct quote him.
I'm direct quoting because it's on
direct
video.
quoting
It's
him.
on video.
Okay, direct quote him then.
Actually, all those. I'm not speaking about Dead Mouse.
Yeah,
This is
what did Dead
said.
Mouse say?
Ukuthi lapana ama premix adlala lapana.
By the way, DJs overseas don't mix. But anyway, yeah. They don't mix.
So if unjalo, the element of reading the crowd has fallen away because the crowd that's there is just absorbing whatever they're being punched with.
Unless you're playing for an African crowd, my guy, unfortunately. The thing about places like that, think about the sound that Dead Mouse works with, for instance. Think about the sound. So it's all sound-based.
Electronic.
Yeah,
techno.
techno.
And
Yes,
from-
techno. You can, it's this like, it's, yeah, essentially. And if you go to most of the places there, that's the high energy sound that's being played at a club.
So
It's pretty
in
easy
essence,
to-
AI is almost isn't because it's going to play according to algorithm, not
AI
as
can do that, but what
authentic.
I'm saying is that AI can do that. AI can definitely do that.
Because I mean, if a jukebox can do it, AI should.
Have you
How
listened to a
ngene
DJ
clubbing?
that plays music like this? How sucky is that? Even if you're not a DJ, it's not nice.
But Saturday, they see enjoy almost.
Because bekunxiliwe.
We don't
don't
care
care.
about kudlalwa so.
No, but that DJ wasn't like this. He was like this. But like, they weren't like this.
We couldn't. Low-key, I don't want to leave. Although, and Apu Jive, where you danced the most. Think about the moments where you danced the most. It's not when the DJ was going up. No,
He was high
it's
there.
that guy.
See, that was terrible. That was terrible. That last guy was
Look at your
terrible.
dance moves. Look at what the ladies were doing.
No one was
That's
having fun there. I can tell you that for free.
I have video
Because remember that
footage.
white girl, like we even went
Oh,
and
yeah.
started talking. No one was having fun.
Yo.
No one was having fun when that DJ was doing what he was doing. No one was having fun. No one was having fun.
Hey.
And not even even just, by the way, I don't know why DJs do this. Honestly, you don't need a lot of effects on your sets, first of all. You don't need a lot of loops. And he looped to a point of exhaustion. It was so boring. Guys, you don't need all of these. It's nice to know how to do all of the, the fun stuff, the effects. All of that is fun. But let's be honest, a lot of the time, a lot of people can't do them right. And then it kills the mood of the crowd. And you're just like, you just don't need them. You don't need them. Let's be honest.
Insane,
And I'm talking to the DJ. DJ watching this and you use a lot of effects. I'm talking to you. You don't need them. Bukula packet like but listen to packet like Lupula coffee but a lot of effects. Shemza use a lot of effects, a lot of loops, a lot of technical stuff.
You're right, actually.
That's dope.
You're right.
But they do it the right way.
You're
There's a
right.
right way to do it. But you don't need it. Let's be honest.
No matter how good you are, the songs play a
The-
big role. The mixing plays a
song,
big, the basic
exactly.
stuff still is the basic
Dude, look at
stuff.
us. Is this an episode about DJing? It's
No,
not.
angithi we're still talking. Sizokhuluma ngipha ama laptop, sikhulume until.
Until.
Yeah, man. So just understand what you're doing in everything that you do.
Like, you don't need all of that. Like, for real. I can't express how often that people have watched people get bored just because the DJ is doing too much. Doing too much. Oh, guys, relax on that. Relax. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
Because you've been saying you want to interview me.
No.
And the whole point I brought you in here, honestly, was because I wanted us to have a fat chat about our different communities in the industry.
Okay.
Because I remember there was a time, lol, we were out.
Foot. Uyangiphinda
We were,
futhi.
see, Jonga, you keep saying you don't see me, but you see me a lot.
She's
you
burning me.
You see me a lot. We were out
is
and
this?
we
The
were out all
burning?
together. We were out. I was actually out with your mates, and you guys, and the band was playing, and I was enjoying his set so much. And then you guys were like, "Leave Afro, come to deep."
The thing is, I feel like I've already asked you those questions, but you never answered them. So
What questions you want me? You want me to be
no, you're not.
exclusively soulful and
That is the first one. Look,
people are gonna, they're not gonna be happy with me in deep
no, my
house.
thing is this. I like what you're saying, and I like what you do. The first time we met, the first piece of music that I heard you play, the first mix that
What
you've
was
ever
it?
sent me was a soulful mix.
For real? Are you sure?
I still have it on record.
I didn't send you a soulful mix. I think you happened onto a soulful mix of mine.
Yeah, I understand. And then after that, not
After that was, What
no,
was
I
it?
saw you in real life, and you.
and I was playing Beketleke.
But why?
And kwakumnandi kwakugcwala abantu bejiva.
But why? Because you're a DJ,
Because
right?
umnandi uBeketleke.
Yeah, but what DJ and
Yeah, facts.
So I think because DJ, don't be a genreist.
I'm not a genreist, me.
But we do want to see more soulful sessions of yours, I guess, up to date with your music, up to date, not you are who you are, nangoku. Sure. The way I the example, and
get
show
you.
it, and show it. Not we when you're because we believe your talent and we believe in your talent and your skill. That's why we like nibaninzi pha
Sibaninzi. If I piano ngu-afro, this competition is so boring, by the way. Like, I'm so bored by it.
Fifth said something. There's there's not a lot of us as hip hop.
Okay, maske ndodlala hip hop mjani. Yeah, I'm
So,
joking.
I'd
I'd get bored.
There's too many people doing the same thing.
Because
copying the same
if it's
elements.
not piano, it's afro in house music. Like, that's the funny thing.
And then go check it deep house niyalwisana lento singandifuni. But my opinion of the whole thing, we're all in house.
We're all in house, same. That's
These
my
are just
opinion.
feels. Feels. It's a bomb feeling. It's an Afro feeling.
feeling.
It's a deep feeling of house.
Yeah.
Everyone deep house in. I think the problem stems from there. We not understanding. We don't understand lento esikuyo. Lesithathe baze ngayo. And then we did it. Now we label ourselves deep house DJs. Why? It would be a DJ.
Well, you have a whole record label.
Yeah, I drop everything. I don't care.
Ah, okay.
Piano manje, hip hop, jazz, whatever. Why? Because I listen to all elements of music. My favorite is kwaito. Isn't it?
I'm not.
So
On your record label, what do you drop?
I run a distribution company.
Okay.
So already, the with all genres.
I get that, but why name it Vitamin Deep then? Let's
No,
Vitamin
that
Deep
one-
is then a different
Yes,
distribution. Okay,
yes.
sure.
That
okay.
one, it's the same distribution. What it offers to the consumer is an alternative. Like if you're feeling that deeper sense of yourself, I guess. My graphic designer said, my first graphic designer, Vita Mind. For the vital mind, for someone, it was trying to sell the concept to me, the pill concept to me. Which the logo should, when we do certain artworks, we should use like pills falling, like almost, it's a drugstore kind of like vibe, because you go there for your vitamins, but all house is vitamins, I guess, or all music is vitamins, but at this particular time, you're feeling,
Yeah, but I guess Okay, I'm not a genreist. That's the point.
Sure.
And you know, you know I'm not a genreist.
Yeah, so always uzodlala, then we were right, me and the gents. Come, sisubone the
Ngaza.
soulful. Okay, sharp.
Ngaza.
Guys, you heard it first.
I represent
You heard it
house
first.
music, mna.
You heard it first. You heard it first.
But for some
On this
reason, people
podcast.
are gonna ask you. The first thing they're gonna ask you is, "What do you play?" I'm like, "Hey, my boy, now I play music."
Because as DJs, it's about Jazil. What do you play? Deep house.
I think it's because when you ask someone that, it's because they want to work on their running order. I know when I ask someone, "What do you play?"
Or what do
it's
you
'cause I
prefer
wanna
to
work.
play at my event? Is that more suitable question?
You see, I like that question. I'll play. You'll have fun with what I play at your event, but you'll have fun. And I'm not fighting. See, this thing of fighting is this thing of fighting. Oh, where are the Afro people? This Afro movement. It's becoming like a thing, and it makes no sense to me. It's such a stupid fight, by the way. That if you don't play Afro or are allowed, but the fact that you play Afro, you don't get booked at certain spaces or whatever the case may be.
Yo, that's extreme. Is it because the owner could possibly also be a DJ or?
Probably, actually.
That explains a lot.
Probably.
Because I feel like there's a friend of mine from La Peso, Batupule. Yeah, what he likes, right? What he said to me, which I hold very profound. Yeah, I'm a CDJ, all his friends are DJs. He says, I love throwing events. I don't want anything to do with a mixer or a CDJ. I feel like what's ruining the game, how you started this is very integral. I'm at DJs. It's because now DJs are also a club own.
Yeah, it sucks when that happens, actually.
You know?
Like, it sucks. Sorry, I keep looking at the time because I feel like we've been talking for a long time.
Is it?
But also, iPhone has this new thing, annoying thing. Like, I have this wallpaper now whereby my face is in front of the time, and I can't see the time. Does that make any sense, Apple? Like, what sense does that make? I can't see
Mob
that. I
attack
don't know
them.
what time it
but
is.
you can always just not use it.
How do I not use it? Because it did it
Android
automatically.
icon.
I would never not use an iPhone. I'm sorry. I would never not use an iPhone. We'll find a way to fix this.
Yeah, no, you can fix it in the set.
Okay, awesome. You'll show me. I told you to come with. Did you think about shocking moments?
There's many, man.
Because I wanted us to.
Look, my favorite,
What you remember?
is the latest one. The one
What's
is getting money from Abomaporis.
Mdu.
Did you not see this?
No.
Okay,
Guys, now let me tell you now. Social media. Like, I'm not ready. I'm on a mental hiatus until I'm ready.
But Google Maporisa posted something a couple of days ago. You know, Ati Bahlangane, as I might not be 100% with it, but what Bahlangane as piano heads. Watch this. As abantu, because TRP essentially introduced the log drum. You understand, which is carrying the gist of what piano is. So
Why does it even matter that
where the story is going, right? After Pori says this, everyone is acknowledging it, and they're like, dude, if it wasn't for you actually figuring out that setting or how to configure it that way, there would be no piano. So let's do something great for you. Hey, we were talking about it made such an impact. This is why I always say you need to think outside of just the ordinary stuff. One, it impacted society so much. Yesterday, skin color. You know, they were the ones talking about that unity. It's the first time they see such unity amongst abantu bethu. Do you understand, Uguti?
Guys, as black people, let's stop giving white people ammunition against us.
That's what I'm trying to say. We don't think that.
Let's stop giving
it's positive
white people
ammunition
against us. Yeah, positive ammunition, but in general, let's stop giving. Because I remember, sorry, can I digress? I was seeing this other TikTok of this girl. She had said that she was like, she went to a black salon. And in that black salon, she had all these complaints about it. And then she went to a white salon and praised it. And in my mind, I'm like, do you see black people, you are giving white people ammunition? Because the things white people say about black people, they don't get them from anywhere besides from us because we give them the ammunition. Anyway, she says something along the lines of she got offered tea or something like that there, and then they gave her options whether she wants to straighten her hair or whatever because she wanted to do a blowout. And I was like, there are a lot of black premium salons that do that. You just happen to go to the wrong one. So now you're taking down all of black salons just to speak about this one white salon. And there are a lot of white salons that don't give you that level of treatment as well. So stop giving white people ammunition, because I was like, oh my goodness. I wanted to politely comment on it, but I decided to not.
You should have wrong Sisi for doing that. Instead of saying, okay, about
she just would have no. She just should have focused on what she enjoyed from that salon. It had nothing to do about black or white. It just had to do with that particular salon.
She should have said, make
and she should have, not to us, not to us,
on social
to
media.
them.
Social media is more shit.
To them. But anyway, you were saying.
So for me, like, for me, it's closing the year. I don't care about anything else that happened this year. But
what happened exactly? They crowdfunded money for him?
It's not even about crowdfunding. Dude, you started something dope, right? It caused controversy. Do you remember at some point there was that topic, hey, ubano kale piano and all of that?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What was controversial?
Yeah, I mean, like what stood out to you? I'm actually asking.
So when that happened, like, these guys are running this shit because they think about concepts on how to, like, for you to do that. Imagine you were the first person, the first lady to start the first black lady to start a podcast, and then others come through with different styles. One day we decide, hey, Sai, we're going to send you money because we really appreciate what you did. Like, wow. It's just positive. That's what I'm about these nowadays. So loko kunye nje angizwani nabo.
Have you listened to the new Black Motion?
I saw there was a rant and rave about that.
What rant and rave? Are people enjoying it?
I need to have the affectionate hand.
I'm even saying the new black isn't literally the new Black Motion.
You see, there you have a three-way of, I would say, heavyweights. Problem Child is a heavyweight. I've known Problem Child.
That's my concern. Problem Child is a heavyweight.
Mera sick in terms of concepts and whatever. Spin around blind. Out.
Because original Black Motion go Tabo. No murder. So now you've got the new Black Motion, which is 1083. Problem Child. And Tabo Small. So, and we were together at Truth when Murder is on a lineup and Black Motion is also on a lineup. I was so confused.
No, I thought it was Black Motion. I didn't know about the split.
I didn't know. It was the most confusing thing of my life. Was it this year or last year?
That's why I said, hey,
I don't know. This thing of remembering when things were, and the concept of time escapes me. I never know what the time is or what the day is.
I think it was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
It was last year. It was last year. The most confusing.
It could have last year.
It was the most confusing thing I've ever watched in my life. Literally seeing Murder stand right next to me and seeing Black Motion performing.
So I don't know, but according to your, where you leaning? Who are you supporting?
I have
buying music from everyone? Or?
Yes, I have to listen to everything by virtue of what I do.
What do you think of the album then?
I'm going to listen to it again because the first listen, because that's the thing I said last year when Murder dropped Asante, that I want to hear what Black Motion is going to drop without Murder and see who brings what value each party brought sonically into the duo. You get me? Then he dropped Asante, lit as a litmus test. Asante, kufa. I bought Nancy Goma Yakumo Higgins son is literally still training today. Taxi in case I 3-step.
I told you, you want 3-step, you go to taxi in bro. I can't do it. Takzim.
So I listened
That's another phenomenal artist, eh?
who Tugsin.
Composed. Fuck.
Very
dude.
versatile. Very, very versatile. It's the internet. Very versatile. But I listen to, and the thing is, this. I'm mentioning this not like to, and it's just from purely a knowledge and education perspective of this new Black Motion. How is it going to differ from? Because we know you can listen to a Black Motion album from 10 years ago and it's still going to rock you today. So I just wanted to see what element the new Black Motion is going to bring into a body of work. So that's why I asked you if you've listened to it.
Live-wise,
no, live is still kick-ass.
I'm sorry, live.
You don't like it?
You Problem Child, because I know him from a DJ, I know him for long.
Yeah.
I don't really know Murder, so I can't share an opinion on him. But
Yeah.
I've listened to Black Motion. For me, 1083 was Michik, man.
No,
He's
1083 is a magician.
Yeah, you know, so I wish they could do a project together. And then we can, you know, like, I don't know, like, there's room to still do more, I guess, you know. Unlike pulling apart. Are they pulling apart? Because the last time
Black Motion broke up, the original one.
But I'm saying,
Like they broke up.
Yeah.
Apparently. Oh,
So, as
you see,
now,
that's the thing.
I wouldn't hope-
I'm sorry. I can't. Because this is the thing about like having a pod, and that's the thing about having. Because I don't wanna say things that were said to me in confidence here. So I can't.
but
say
now what I'm
certain
asking is
things.
that as there's no hope for them collaborate, because as a fan, I would like to see all three of them do something awesome. Is it too
I don't know. Maybe there
naive
isn't.
of me to want that because of my selfish?
Yes, you are naive. And
What?
you're like me, and I'm a naive girl.
What?
I'm a
You
naive
want-
girl. I want the best for everybody. But we all know that
No,
that
not
might
even
not
the best.
happen.
Stuff is I want the best for me. I'm being selfish. It's not the best song ever.
Listen to this one, Qala, because you haven't even listened. Listen
But
to
to
this
matter
one. No, I got
ngifuna abe khona naye.
Interesting.
Kufiwe. Benze
That's
enye into nje.
interesting.
You know? And then when what highlights did you have?
I mean, I'm
from this
mentioning because I don't know. I'm just mentioning right now that.
Oh,
like, for instance,
Revolution.
They're doing some
Revolution.
Yes, of course.
So it seems like as if they own their masters from onset. So they dropped again. I think it's this year. Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped
all the
something.
stuff.
Revolution dropped a
Zonke ingoma
catalog of
zabo.
work,
Yeah.
remastered stuff also.
Ingoma zabo zonke. You know, for me, that's also another thing because I'm an advocate for owning your own music
Yo.
and knowing how to utilize. Umculo awuboli, guys.
Awu.
To these young men that are giving out music for free without publishing, without any rights.
Umculo
Awuboli.
awuboli. It brings back
Uzawushiya apha
actually,
emhlabeni umculo.
it brings back the stay true conversation now that I think about it. Because
Yeah.
what's up with, and maybe I can make a bunch of calls to get the actual facts from the mouths, because I'm trying to think what's happening with the Stay True catalog since the owner of Stay True moved to Defected. Does he now move the whole catalog to Defected?
Yazini. Ngibone nje eTwitter abantu beneyinkulumo mina.
Bathina abantu ku Twitter.
Abantu bekhuluma.
That was also shocking. It was
The
grateful.
thing
It was
is,
grateful.
I like
Kid
I like
Funk,
how
by the way.
you started this conversation. You're not really sure as to what happened, you know. But the people on Twitter,
What are the
you
people
would swear
saying?
abantu baseTwitter they know.
They
what's
know the
happening,
facts, and you know them. They speak like they were having dinner
Yeah.
with them. They were sitting there and they were signing the contract.
No man, I think all is fair in music.
What were they saying on Twitter?
Well, they were speaking to the notion of artists, the stables artists, or the stables artists, not the label, the stables artists,
stable,
not getting as much opportunities when Obafo is not around, you know, because I think he's not throwing shows like he used to.
I could believe that.
Do you remember back in the days, he used to throw shows in Bramfontein, a Puma store, Abo Pierre Bazwagale.
I could believe that.
Wait, so now my opinion on that is that an artist needs to be self-sustaining and shouldn't be dependent.
An
on
artist
the record
needs to be
label,
self-sustaining.
You know, so umateka or to attack his brand.
But
is
what were
also
they saying
something-
on Twitter? You haven't told me.
I'm not I go.
But it's public, so don't worry.
No,
so if you're afraid to divulge some
No.
confidential
It's not even that.
information,
I feel strongly about a certain thing. So when I saw people going on and commenting, I was like,
what
I'm not gonna
happening?
read
Because you're not
this.
saying anything.
What I just said now, ukuthi they say uhambile, so
They said what did they say? I'm not-
uhanjiswe italent yabo ukuthi abe lapha overseas is because build a record label, but obviously when you own a record label ingoma, they're not all yours.
They're not yours.
But i-catalog portfolio yakhe in an essence, you understand? That's what made him appeal maybe. Because that's what maybe made him appeal to a defected Yamtata. Yeah,
Of course, they
now isebenza naye full time and is working as an A&R. So abantu
Does that mean
abantu bethu,
that-
they feel entitled ukuthi yeah wena uhambile, but abantu bethu basahleli apha, they're still suffering.
Oh, that cannot
It's
always happen. But
entitlement.
I hope that the best case scenario happens with his moving for the sake of the artist.
It is
with his
happening.
moving. The best case scenario, like, because
Time
the
will tell.
worst case scenario would be, I don't know. Maybe now from a publishing perspective, worst case scenario is the artist not getting their dues and the catalog being sold by virtue of the artist potentially ceding their rights to their music, ceding it to the record label, and therefore the music belongs to the record label, and that means that the record label can do whatever it wants with the music. So maybe the worst case scenario is, since the music belongs to the record label, then
Usayinile mos.
then if it belongs to if you've ceded your rights and the music belongs to the record label, that means that guy can do whatever he wants. He
Yeah.
can sell your catalog of music and you don't even get a say in it.
You signed off mos.
But don't you get
publishing yana,
yeah,
mechanical yana.
a mechanical nyana.
Again, paperwork is important.
If depending on what they said.
The
No,
bottom line
No,
of-
I'm angry at Karabo because he has some music at Statue and he didn't remember what his contract said, and I was like, dude, you need to know
you
what
ask
your
him?
contract. I did. I asked him. I was like, what does? And he said he doesn't remember. I was like, dude, you cannot
was
not
young.
know.
It
That
was
was
young.
last year. What do you? It wasn't last. It was June.
I'm saying sure the time he started maybe. he
No,
wasn't-
Euphoria was dropped a year ago.
No, saying sure he was young, maybe in music industry, it is aslingan. So I've been here longer, or so you've been here longer. So there's certain colloquialism or terms that you don't understand. Yakumla last year we're making fun of perpetuity.
In perpetuity is not a
You
right
remember-
word
you-
in
you
the context
remember,
of
you
your
know?
contract.
So I mean, you go out, you sign a contract. You are what you signed. Like
You-
if you rent this apartment, Batiguwe, or this place, Guteguwe, after next year, this year, uzobhadala for 1
5
month.
years. Yo.
Even when you've moved out, you're still gonna pay. Uvelu sign now,
I
or
wonder-
uvelu vume without even signing or seeing a document. That's on you.
Oof. I don't know. I'll have to look into that actually.
Yeah,
but that
well-
was also a very surprising yet exciting moment that I remember also as well.
Yeah.
But
So
I think,
it's those are the top three for me, I think.
and I think I even saw. Oh, I think I saw Seth saying he's left Sondela, which was shocking to me. But I'm not gonna talk on it because I don't have much information. I haven't talked to him in a bit, which was weird because I was like, we just came on the pod and talked about Sondela. If he left, maybe I was dreaming it. Was I dreaming it?
Yeah.
Was I dreaming that he left Sondela? But anyway, yeah. But I think the most annoying thing, and maybe at some point of the year I'll do a recap of the year. The most annoying thing is, not annoying rather, but I was driving today and I realized that unfortunately there were a lot of deaths in the music industry this year. And I realized that a lot of them were people I knew personally, and I don't take death well, guys. I won't even lie to you. Then I realize, and I have moments where I think about Tibbs, right? I don't know AKA, but I knew Tibbs personally. I didn't know AKA personally, and I think about that moment, and I'm just like, that was a crazy ass moment. And not to be a Debbie Downer, but I really I don't think I'll ever get over that moment or what happened
And
to them.
the whole thing about it afterwards.
And the whole thing
for
about
the
it.
child, you know.
That was wild. It's still wild when you think about it to this day.
It's asked on
People
Twitter.
having their own speculations as to what happened.
Posting.
That's still wild.
Hey. Being actually people are discussing the next season of Game of Thrones.
Honestly, like, this is not
would
someone's
say-
life. That was so wild to me. And to think about it right now, I'm just like, flip, that blew my mind. Still blows my mind. I still think about it. I still think about Tibbs, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this was terrible. And then the people, how they treated it afterwards.
I asked you a question this weekend.
What was the question?
Ukuthi, I don't
Guys,
know.
what's the time? Like
Mob, you could
honestly, like
also
for
fill into
real.
this.
What's the time? Like for real. What's the time? Banxesha.
Susi hloko yakho,
Like look
man.
at this. What's this,
Take your
mob?
head
What's this?
off.
What's the time?
Take your head off the camera, dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Master Bezel. But I asked a question, Uguti. Why? You can even weigh in on this, mob, no? So why is it that if I come and of a different skin color, right? This is so. Let's find the background here, because I'm tired and with these. I get even I'm the same skin color as you, and I'm offering.
I don't know, man. I'm a caramel girl. Like I'm a light
Yeah,
caramel.
caramel.
I don't know about you if you like caramel.
Caramel,
JK,
bong,
yeah.
caramel. I offer a service, right? So I'm offering something like a record label. Let's actually talk about this. Why are black record labels not as recognized as, or not as, they don't get an opportunity or.
What do you mean?
So if I'm an artist that sooner submit kulamlungu, even though it's gonna rip me off, but umuntu wakithi lo ozongixhasa angisize, I don't go and submit music to them to make them greater, so that do you get what I'm trying to say? Which like, so we talked about it, man, and I mentioned ukuthi the basic foundation of the music industry in South Africa has always been a record label that have abelungu involved in the majority
Because
shareholding.
South Africa is as wide as this wall right here.
Yeah, don't you think we should maybe? Is there no opportunity for us to just unite for a little bit nje ukuthi sikhona ukuthola umculo wethu back, because 80% of the South African artists or composers, they don't even have publishing. They can't even collect stuff. Like just the other day, I was telling you, we were looking to sample a song, me and my label. I had to go through loopholes. I tried to find. I put Tobile on it. We had to find. To try and find the family so that we can do what's fair to them, but we couldn't find anyone in the family.
Wait, what's your question or what's your point?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
We couldn't find the family, right? And this is a person who composed the song, the original
Yeah.
person who composed the song.
Yeah.
We're trying to sample it.
Yeah.
And by trying to sample it, we know kumele
You
sidize
need to speak to them.
and also give them something or include them, right?
Yeah.
But because we don't own our music, umculo walo tata lo, umuntu omnyama, is owned overseas. Now we have to go overseas because there's no one that's responsible or that's gonna get the inheritance. If that song makes 10 million now, the money is going back to Abelung, but we're using that guy's creativity, his ingenuity and brilliance to make that song. So essentially what I'm saying is that we need to, I don't know,
This
what's
is
your
something
take?
we always say here on the pod of that when you're a creative, the technical and admin related stuff is boring. So we're
Once
just
again,
the boring
the
stuff.
boring stuff. It's the people that are doing the boring stuff that are
boring
making
stuff.
the money.
Yeah, so that's the thing as the creative, we overlook the
Mob,
boring stuff because it's
guys,
boring,
nah,
and that's
miss-
something
miss
we
me.
keep saying here on the pod.
Miss me, I'm
YZ
with Mob.
came and said it. Monya came and said it.
I'm with Mob. I think also the reason why it's difficult for me to play for both sides.
Gavin Green came and said it, guys.
But I was actually just gonna say that I think on my side, once again looking from the outside in, I think there's a couple of things going on. It's complex, but firstly, I think there's something to be said about being hurt or screwed over by your own versus being hurt or screwed over by someone from a different community. I think it hurts more when it's your own people,
I think so too.
right?
Okay.
So that's one.
Grassroots vibes.
Two, I think black business as a whole doesn't have the best reputation, right? In South Africa, you can point to and find many examples of great black musicians, right? But how many great black music business individuals do you know that you could just name off the top
There
of
isn't
your...
a
No,
lot.
Mob, that's
Right.
a fact.
There isn't a
Execs
lot.
in music industry, even the creative in record labels, a lot of execs, the owners, they're not black.
But I'm just going to use a United States example because it's easy, right? In the States, you can easily... The nice thing about the States is because of hip hop, you can point to a number of your black executives that have come up, right? But it's easy to look at someone like Leo Cohen, right? Who, if I remember correctly, is running YouTube Music now. Back in the day, he was Def Jam executive, right? You've got Rick Rubin, right? Once again, one of the founders of Def Jam, white guy. You've got Jimmy Iovine, right? Who partnered with who partnered with Dr. Dre on beats, but before that had a long history, you know, in the music business, right? You can point to those people. At least on the black side, you can say you've got people like your Jay-Z's, Quincy Jones, you know, all of those people that have come up. But in an essay context, not to say that they are not there, but who of them do you know?
Exactly.
No, but that's
I
right.
like you guys just, thank you guys. Damn. Hey.
We need to teach you how to use your words, ne?
No, I can't use my words. You know, can I be honest with you guys? I can't use my words, right? Because I'm both an artist and a business individual.
And you're
So-
ADHD too.
No, besides that, I get impatient. I get impatient because I don't understand why, for the life of me, you can't put two and two together before getting out of the house. You know, you want to do this thing, do it properly. Everything in life. If you're gonna wear pants, put them on properly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm stuck in between two worlds, essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. And
But you're-
as you said, I'm not good with words.
We need to teach you how to use your words.
Melanie,
Because it's like, because you're
Nkhulume.
brilliant, but
No,
it's
you-
the
you must
ADHD,
talk-
and I
you
can
must talk for
relate
me.
because your brain processes things so fast before it comes to your mouth. So your mouth is working too slow for your brain.
Yeah. I'm a rapper. But can I bus? But essentially, yeah, man. So now I'm going to be that guy, or I am Zant.
Yeah, you need to be that guy, actually. You've
But
got
I'm not
so
gonna
much
talk.
potential. But
I'm not gonna
unfortunately,
talk.
you experiencing what Mob just also had because your own people are screwing you
No,
over.
no, not really. I'm fine, eh?
Like black people is what I mean.
No, I'm fine. Like, I'm for
You're
real.
not fine. We talked about this. Waqhomela abantu bale podcast.
Mamela,
Yes, they want to love
mamela,
you.
mamela. What I'm trying to say is I'm fine because
I know you're good. but
if you're cutting your nose to but in spite your face what yabona mosislungu. Yeah, you cut your nose just ukuthi nje.
I know you're fine. But what I'm saying is that what Mob just said is what discourages you sometimes.
I'm
It discourages
not-
me too sometimes.
I'm
not gonna lie.
not discouraged
Okay.
because, as I said, I'm from a business perspective. I'm learning new things. Just I told you on Saturday that my biggest victory to date is working with the companies that I'm working with, and
Yeah.
they're working under me. You know how awesome that feels. We were both at that conference. That's another highlight for the year.
That is my biggest highlight, paneling
man,
at
you know,
Africa
for me,
Rising.
that gave me a new lease. It gave me fresher start. You know, I was too stuck in house. But now I'm a music executive. Do you get what I'm saying? So if doesn't the people that are not supporting me, they're in her deep house. You know? Now the music that I'm making it transcends more than just a genre. You know, so that's why I'm saying I'm fine, because now I'm starting something new and I'm learning something new. I used to think a record label, for example, was like just a deep house thing, you know. But now I'm learning to spread my wings, even as a composer or a producer. I'm producing stuff now, you know. Ngifake iband, bashaye stuff. So I guess, that's what I'm trying to say, that I'm not really hurt, or I don't feel the screwing.
The
over
only
part.
way forward is forward.
Yeah, it's almost like you now.
Nah, I've stopped. I've minimized the amount of people that can input in my life. I've minimized the amount of people. You know, I was thinking while on my drive here home, and that's going. Sorry, I just need to go back to the point of events and them sucking. That I want to put it actually to the people out there, especially I know that people who are in events and music watch this pod. send me tickets. I want to come to your shows if you think your show is
Yeah,
good.
Hey.
Please
See,
send me
attend these
tickets. I
days.
want to attend.
Siyathanda.
And I'll even cover it.
So fika sibahle,
Sibahle.
bathele, fika siroke.
I want to attend good shows. If you feel like your show is great, please send me tickets.
We'll even bring extra people.
Yeah, for real. Who are going to buy?
know.
All we want is the tickets. We're not those people who
gonna
are going to
come
say
support
give
you.
hospitality. Unless you're booking me. I expect hospitality, of course. But if I just want to attend, try me, please. Put it to me. If you feel like your show is great, please send me a ticket. sijones@sijones.co.za. That's my personal email.
Then when you send them, and then
Yeah,
see,
like send every time you send a ticket, please add 3
Please, because there's a lot of value.
3 tickets.
Not just deep house, not just house, not just
Every
Peketeke.
event.
Jazz.
If you feel like it's a great event, like just say, like I want to say something
traditional
different.
music.
I get invites to those already. I'm talking about music-based
For real?
events, like dance music-based events.
Why are you holding out on me?
Because
I want
like
those.
I don't know, you wanted to attend those
The
kind of
adventure, I need
shows.
to for me. I'm going there
Actually,
to appropriate value.
Tovila wanted us to do an event, but we'll talk about it some. He wanted us to do an event, the 4 of us.
I love those type of events. I went to an event at Baseline, the prelude of the ARMC.
Oh, yeah.
Paradise was there. That's when we first met. It was So the end of what I'm trying to say is this. What I learned and the people that I saw there and the connections that I made there, outside of the spectrum of deep house and house music, the people are amazing.
The people are amazing.
The people are amazing. The crowd is amazing.
The people are amazing.
You know?
At Africa Rising, I was so shocked when I got there, like, after my panel, like, the people that recognized me from the pod.
Yeah.
They wanted to take some pictures.
Yeah,
And they were
you
just
know,
like, we're grateful for what
and
you're
the
doing for the
Bastan, the guys.
culture. I was like, damn, I'm glad you're noticing because I do it for you.
Yeah, we should expand more on that.
I do it for you.
See, is this the last episode of the podcast?
No, for the year.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Oh,
Why do I
why is it in my head? Ngoku?
Because we're recapping, or maybe we should drop this episode last.
Yeah.
Joking.
Siyavala, man.
As if valid.
When I watch this,
because the rest of the content is
when I
going
watch
to
this,
be
it's normally
at the end of the year.
December,
Definitely.
yeah.
No, I switched things up for a reason. Also, someone ruined the
Camera.
the calendar of my plan for the year. And if you ruin my calendar, I said this means that if you ruin my calendar, you don't account for it, I have a problem with you. I'm probably never going to have you on my podcast ever. So they ruined my calendar. So I had to shift certain things to work in a certain way. Do you get me?
Right.
But on that note also, I needed to, we're on TikTok. Side note, TikTok size sessions. I don't want to enter my TikTok now because it's going to be loud. But I see some of the comments that are on TikTok, which, by the way, Mob needs to take over that TikTok now. He just side-eyed me. I see the comments some of the people say on TikTok, yeah? And because they're commenting to the little snippets, and that's what those snippets are made for. They're meant to arouse.
Yeah, that's why we say this controversial stuff.
They're meant to arouse.
That's why Sugeli saw it.
Yes, that's why
Fuck with us.
So I'm remembering something I
Antukantu.
said on a snippet I posted. There was a snippet I posted on TikTok. I remember the one of Pablo talking about eventing in black spaces and white spaces. And I know
Hayi naye akakwazi
uthetha naye. We need to teach him how to use his words.
Imagine the two of us just thetha.
No, it will be a mess. So like and someone the people who are commenting and like, we disagree with this point. Because we're talking about eventing and we were talking about black people, black artists who get booked in. Why don't the market in the other side, like for instance in the local side, book, for instance, a Maporisa for the amount of that they book, but they choose to not book a Steve Bug for the same amount, but he's an international artist. Do you get me? So he made that kind of example. So the people that commented on that TikTok, they were like, no, we disagree with this point.
Yeah.
And then someone were like, what? And then some people were asking what exactly is considered an international artist, because you can argue that Maporisa is an international artist, and he definitely is an international artist, or Gavaza is, and you can definitely argue those points, right? But the interesting thing was that some of the comments that were said, you were clearly seeing that those people didn't watch the full episode. Guys, please go watch an episode before you come onto my
What
snippets
did
and
they
come
say?
and
What's
comment.
what's the question that got you rifled up?
No, it was the fact that when someone said that comment, they said comment of no, you know what? Someone said everybody is entitled to their opinion, but they disagree with this particular point, because Bapurisa is considered a international, and I'm paraphrasing, is considered a national artist. So, and then they made an example of a show like H2O, for instance, and that it's occurring in this context, but it's considered an international show.
It is. It's
It's
a great
definitely international. It's
production.
exactly.
Best production I've seen thus far in Joburg.
Exactly, it is.
I might be wrong.
But they were disagreeing with how the booking system may be working, in the sense that maybe you don't need to say book that Steve Bug, perhaps. You can stay and recycle that Maporisa, I guess.
As if like not a lot of black people are getting those opportunities the same way. Is that what
Yeah.
I mean? Okay.
Maybe in a way.
I think that there's a lot of ways to answer that
There's a
question.
lot of ways, ne?
Because okokuqala, as a brand, you know, what are you doing? You know, like if they were saying example wena, okay, then like you're pushing your brand. I think it's got a lot more to do with brands, you being a brand by yourself. And you to be artist, how are you reachable first for those bookings? You know, some people say these things, but when you try and book them, you can't even get a decent email. And but uyakhona ukuya kula club or ama-tavern wama 300 in a six pack, they're available for those, but you want to put them onto some bigger, you know.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, there's this audio. I didn't ask for the audio TikTok. I want the comments. H2O flipped to Spring Fiesta, International X Gallo. Some South African acts are international. This is a very limited opinion. Are you guys agreeing? Okay, this guy is like, are you guys agreeing with each other or actually sharing a solution? Because honestly, it's just biased opinions. Both markets have their niche. And I love this because we didn't disagree to this. Go watch the episode because all of this is on the episodes. And I remember I didn't, and I remember I was like, this is all on the episodes. Go watch the episodes and then come back.
There's answers in between the different episodes as well.
There's answers, but that was my point. But what do you think about these opinions?
18.
These were the two opinions that stood out to me, so I just want to share those
I
two.
can't answer for those people because, as I said, isn't it color from the grassroots, guys? If you're an artist, take care of yourself, push your brand, make sure you can reach those markets. You know, I would use several examples, but I don't want to mention an example. I understand.
Mob.
There's a difference between the way that a market thinks it works and the way that a market actually works.
Facts.
And I think sometimes as an audience, because a lot of the time, we always try to blame, let's say, your promoters and the artists and the what. Hey, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? It's because of the audience is responding to those types of things.
Tried and tested.
Right? And fortunately or unfortunately, I think sometimes people don't want to admit that they are a certain way, right? The market, let's say, for example, what's the word I'm looking for? Let's say, for example, you see a certain club booking the same general lineup of 10 or 15 acts all the time, right? It's because it's working, right? Someone in the audience can come to the bar, yeah, you guys don't have a lot of diversity, what. But fam,
Yes, man.
you guys are getting sparked by this week in and week out, right? Until you actually show the promoter or the club owner that this lineup is not working, the promoter's going to keep doing it, right? So sometimes I think audience needs to understand that there's a difference between how you think or wish you acted versus how you actually acted. You as an audience are receptive to this thing, therefore therefore the market is supplying you with this thing, right? You might not like it, but this is what is being responded to.
Collective.
So, yeah, as a collective, yeah. So sometimes you might not like the opinion, But the opinion isn't coming from a vacuum. This is what people are seeing on the
Collective
ground.
conscience.
Yeah.
You know, that you answered it well actually. Yo, for the life of me, the people that watch the show are serious, most. Whew.
I'm just thinking,
Uthi nomnye.
and I'm gonna do this new thing of sharing the comments on the pod now. Like,
Yeah, share them.
so
Jeez.
there's a
What?
episode we did, the episode we did with Tabby Taps, and I shared that snippet that I shared on her seeing that femme DJs are entitled nowadays, and of course you've got a lot of people saying facts, guys. You got people saying facts, and I'm like, okay, so us in the community, we see it, but does that mean that people who are the consumer also see it? You know, type of thing. So I'm just reading this comment that says Gen Z and alpha mentality, modern day prostitution.
Hey, yabon.
I don't know what that means.
Gen Z, pinda foot.
Maybe Gen Z and alpha mentality, modern day prostitution.
Or it's different. He's
They're
mentioning
saying
different
that it's
things.
the Gen Zs and their alpha mentality.
Oh,
And also it is, and then I guess she's also saying it's modern day, or he's saying that it's modern day prostitution. That is,
that's
More, what is
some blocker lo.
I just-
Thuka abantu abantu banama
Akayo,
prostitutions.
modern day.
Yo, so uthini lo muntu guys.
I don't know, but maybe. And the thing is, that's the. I know
That's
Tabby Tabs,
TikTok.
like, it was so hilarious when she mentioned that, because when I pulled it, I told her I read something that you had said, and I noticed it, but I enjoy hearing opinions, so I brought it up to her just so she can tell me exactly what she meant. And the funny thing is that, these, and Gen Z maybe, these kids nowadays, they're so brave, and I admire that.
Dude.
I admire that.
Those
It
are
took me
people,
a year before I learned, like a year of like, before I felt confident to go and play for people. But nowadays, these girls, like, you'll take 4 lessons and you're confident that you can go and play for people.
Brave lo muntu lo.
It is that alpha
And they pop.
alpha mentality.
They pop. Engakwazi ukudlala
Engakwazi
njalo.
ukudlala njalo.
They pop. Why? Abafani nathi.
Abafana nathi, we're too pure, we're purists. Like, it took me a year. I've been DJing for 10 years.
Now, I want to empower those people, gents. They're so brave, man.
They're so
Akhuluma
brave.
manje, and then the followers will support them. You know?
They're so brave.
They
Like,
can sell music for me, you know?
for real, they can sell music.
Yeah.
I'm convinced they will eat us one day.
Neminyaka emingaphi?
Hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Guys, need Gen Z. I'm a Gen Z. I'm a Gen Z.
but
I'm
you
a
just
Gen
spoke on
Z.
Gen Z.
I'm a
No.
Gen Z. Oh, they'll eat us one day. For real, for real.
We just have to make sure the stuff is. I believe in them more than Tina. Tina, ngathi saphila kwe-apartheid Tina. The way we treat each other ngakhona. Ngathi saphila phansi
Apartheid
yeah.
system.
No, but I'm sure they don't even use the word abantu abamnyama. Like,
They probably do.
don't use-
They have their own thing and their own way of doing it. These kids are
was
unhinged.
Chris or something like that.
They are so
I
unhinged.
wanna uthi uyamxoxa uthi laphana. I ain't trying to hear that.
My boy, like I'm saying, the level of confidence.
And you're
I
starting
guess
to
it's
talk like
that
that, my
alpha
boy, my
mentality.
boy. What?
It's that alpha. That's not Gen Z talk. That's actually quite
Hmm.
millennial. That alpha mentality. I admire it. Like, it's like these kids are like, you cannot stop me.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot stop me.
No, man,
I
that's-
only have 4 lessons under my belt, but because I am
I'm gonna take
good
your crowd
looking,
and make
I'm
them
gonna go.
dance.
Yes, because I'm good looking, I'm gonna go and do what.
But what if also you're good looking and you're not Gen Z? Nakhona no problem. So this life thing, man. You
Yeah,
can't.
kuna problem na, even if you're good looking and you're not Gen Z, but they assume you're Gen Z. I have that problem. People think I'm younger than I actually am, and for those people who don't know me, I'm like, guys, I've been DJing for 10 years.
Say una 42.
No.
42, ne?
And then you see people who see me and I look young, and they just, they classify me under the Gen Z because they just see how I look.
Iba bazosupporta i-podcast more than laba.
Gen Z, ne? Oh.
Uzobona, I'm
Uchilo
telling you.
Tabs, what he target market yakhe is
Yeah.
the young ones.
Seyeni labantu abadala labo.
Yeah, let's wrap up.
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts? I have none.
What are your plans for next year? What are your plans for this year?
That's a good question. I've actually
Finish
got
up
a lot
this
of
year.
plans for this show in general. Where I'm introducing
We're gonna have to buy batteries for these lights. That's one of
because they're
them.
battery powered.
Yeah, apparently. So
And those
please-
who are like those who are because I have people also who are just asking me a lot about the Side Sessions event.
sessions.
This is just sessions, man. A lot of people ask me about the Side Sessions
Sessions.
event. It's I'm overwhelmed right now, but we're gonna go back online. I'm overwhelmed right now. Just trying to replan and reevaluate everything for it.
Yeah, I guess also this show is also like there's people out there. I believe there's people out there that are also in the same space that we're in terms of thinking. You know, like what's going on? Why are
Yeah,
things
if you want to
not
give me money,
working?
give me, please call me.
Nathi imali athenga ama-
As a laser tag, I'm a battery. But we're also we're thinking of a new way of redefining how we incorporate spaces, what kind of spaces we shoot in.
Yeah, spaces nowadays.
Yeah, there's multiple spaces.
You know, so we
But-
can't still have that
Yeah, of
old school
course.
mentality.
I do an event because I want to bring the music to you guys from people like you, professionals in the music industry, so you can enjoy good music and good events.
Yeah, guys.
But
Mina ngisadiki.
I'm tired of working with venues because clearly the venues and us were not on the same page.
No, I don't think also they understand.
Like
the
venues
concept.
don't understand anything. Like they don't
I think
understand
it's what-
anything.
it's what we were
They think
saying,
they
which-
know better than us, but let's be honest, they don't.
Badala. But besenza izinto nge-same way apartheid yakudala.
Exactly. They don't
The
know what they're
2000s
doing.
bayibona lento and they're gonna do it now.
So
So
maybe-
keep doing what you're doing.
so-
They'll come.
So maybe the next event we'll have it at a venue and only 2,000.
Yeah. That would nale country futhi nayo only 2000.
Nale country bese iranwele 2000.
Abantu bakudala basabafuni guys. Abantu bakudala they should be sitting there, you know.
Yeah, they should just be
Just influencing,
observing.
yeah.
Not even influencing, observe. Your time is gone.
If you can teach. If you can't teach, shh.
Your time is gone.
Yeah.
That should be our final thoughts. Unless you have a different final thought.
No final thought. Vitamin Deep Recordings. Check out the music, man. You know, we've got multiple artists. Mukukuwa Deep is out now, all right? Yeah, follow me, King Schwarz.
Love that.
On social media. Also, I will share stuff. Don't worry. Coming soon.
Coming soon. We've got so much planned.
Yeah.
High key, we've got so much
And I'm going to
planned.
disappear from the industry, so yeah. Sharp.
Wow.
This might be the last time.
That's
anyone's-
not true. Let's sign out before he says something else. This is Side Session signing out. Thank you so much. Follow us on our social media, please. Also, our website, sidesessions.africa. Subscribe, because you need to subscribe. I have so much planned for people who actually subscribe to
Yep,
the
giveaways.
website.
Not only to our events, but beyond
Yeah,
that.
beyond that, I have so much.
Blogs about music as well. We're going to give them blogs about music.
Were they getting that? That's the
Bayek,
funny thing.
bayek.
Like there's content,
Aba-
content that's coming out right now.
Yay.
Side Sessions Radio coming soon.
Yay. Bayek, but they'll know too much.
Let's go. Thank you all. Cheers. Bye. Mwah.